Brad Wright has still had absolutely no contact with MGM or Amazon about Stargate. And to be honest, we're getting to the point now where that's just disgusting. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV movie channel. So, once again, I was able to exclusively and first tell you the news that Stargate franchise was going to be kicking off with a movie. Since I announced that, I've had a couple of other sources come to me, one very, very close to the subject, basically telling me that yes, that is correct. Courtney Valentini has been instructed by Jennifer Salke to begin the process of developing the Stargate movie. And they are working hand in hand with Mark Fergus at Penguin and Parker to do just that. I'm hearing rumors, and very much in the rumor category, that Legendary Pictures will actually be producing the movie. They will actually be making it. And that Amanda Tapping and Daniel Shanks will be appearing in that film, and hopefully the wider following franchise, because Amazon and MGM completely expect this to become their tentpole sci-fi project. They're losing Star Trek. They're not going to have Star Trek in the future. That's going back to Paramount Plus. They need a big sci-fi project, and they are putting all of their eggs in the Stargate basket. Now, I tweeted Brad Wright about this. I asked him what he thought about this news that hopefully they're going to be producing a movie, and he gave me permission to tell you what he said. First of all, he says, I'm far from legendary. That's because I called him a legend. I actually started the message with, Mr. Wright, I feel I should formal to the legend. But, you know, he's Canadian. He said, not at all surprising. Stargate began on the big screen after all. They have the resources and they can access A-list talent. I hope it's good. Now, I told you guys, God, over a year ago now, and again, exclusively and first on this channel, that Brad Wright would not be involved in the new franchise. But nobody at MGM or Amazon can pick up the phone. They can't just give him a call and even just as a courtesy, speak to him. As far as I'm concerned, Brad Wright is Stargate. He is the man that was there throughout all three seasons. He was the consistent figure throughout all three seasons. Now, he developed these shows in co-production with people like Robert Cooper, Joseph Malozzi, so on and so on. But he was the consistent, the regular feature throughout. Now, I don't know what you think, but this smacks of really what happened with The Lord of the Rings and Amazon again. They did not pick up the phone and speak to Peter Jackson. Now, initially, apparently, they were going to work with Peter Jackson. And then at some point, the decision changed and they just stopped. They never really spoke to him again. And he has repeatedly expressed his frustration at what happened. Now, Warner Brothers are planning spin-off movies. Peter Jackson is going to be involved. So at least they have a bit of respect for the people that are actually important and core to these franchises. But Amazon, they just don't seem to. Now, why is that? Why haven't they just picked up the phone as a courtesy and spoken to Brad? And again, lots of sources have actually told me that they haven't and have no intention to. So I don't get it. But one of the things you have to understand is that Amazon doesn't behave like a traditional big studio. They behave like a business. They came into this world as an online retailer. They were going up against people like Google, etc., as well when they began. And, you know, they behave in the same way. And they behave like a big, ruthless retailer. They do not share information with people if they don't have to. And they do not care about courtesy calls to people like Brad Wright. Now, they do not announce anything unless they absolutely have to. And apparently they hate leaks. Now, I know because I've been on the receiving end of several of those leaks. And I also know that several of the sources I speak to have been very clearly warned that anybody that does leak to YouTube channels like myself, Dial-A-Gate, Gateworld, whoever, will be dealt with. Now, that would be basically the sack. Potentially even, they could even end up being a case of legal action against them if they did something really serious or really annoyed Amazon. But that would be unlikely. It's more likely a smack on the wrists and the sack, basically. Now, they almost treat the projects, the movies, etc., and any leaks that come from them as like corporate espionage. And I think that's the wrong way to go. Us fans like to feel engaged with new projects. That's why you guys are watching my channel, is because you want to hear what's going on. You want to be able to comment on it. You want to be able to then have that conversation, particularly when we're on lives. You know, your comments come in, we talk about them. We want to feel engaged. And that's one of the reasons why we love Peter Jackson so much when he was doing the original Lord of the Rings movies, because he did engage. He did constant little videos. He did constant little write-ups and comments and things. And he did loads and loads of work to tell people how the development process was going. Amazon hates that sort of thing. And I honestly dread how much information I shared with you guys is even false information spread by Amazon. I don't think so, and I'm very careful. I have heard stuff that I am pretty sure is false news, and I haven't shared it with you guys. Or Chinese whispers, you know, stuff that is true, but by the time it gets to me through 2 or 3 different sources, you know, has grown. I get these things quite a lot. I actually thought the news that the movie had been announced was Chinese whispers when I got told it. I didn't think it was true, and I told you guys I didn't think it was true, but then it turned out it was. But for me, Amazon are missing a trick. They should be exploiting projects like Stargate and lots of other things that they do to their maximum. They should be engaging with us, the fans, the customers. They should be trying to find out what we want, what we think. Now, they spy on us, they watch videos like this, but they don't get involved. They don't talk to us or let us have a conversation. They don't put out bits of information about what's going on in development. They're very, very secretive, and I really think they're missing a trick. Because if they engage with us, we'd engage back. We'd feel involved in the process, and we'd be far more likely to then watch the end project. Imagine, if you will, if they'd engaged with us loads more when they were doing Rings of Power. For one, they might have avoided a few mistakes early on. But for two, 100% that would have got a more positive reaction. There would not have been so many people screaming woke, woke, woke. There wouldn't have been so many people screaming that this is boring, crap, rubbish. There wouldn't have been so many people screaming around how much it cost, rather than the quality of the actual product. If they'd have just engaged with us like Peter Jackson did, they might have saved themselves an awful lot of bother. But they didn't, because they don't do it like that. And they really are making a massive mistake. But guys, get into the comments and tell me what you think. One, about Brad Wright's being snubbed, and Brad Wright's comment to me. I'd love to know exactly what you think, so get in the comments. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out, and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Sides channel, where I do a weekly Stargate video. You definitely want to see that if you're a big Stargate fan. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of the videos from SciTrek and the Sides channel go first. And for a small fee each month, you can see all of those videos way before anybody else on YouTube, and you get to see it without the adverts. As always, guys, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.